Raider Nation, let's light it up. The 2025 offseason is shaking things up for the Las Vegas Raiders, and I'm hyped to dive into the action. Coach Pete Carroll and GM John Spytek are steering the silver and black into a new era with a killer draft and some sneaky defensive moves. Teaser alert. There's a big question mark in our secondary that's got everyone talking. Ready to unpack the moves that could flip our season? Let's go. The Raiders are rebuilding with purpose, from a star-studded draft class to budget-friendly defensive signings. But the spotlight's on who'll step up at nickel cornerback, especially with uncertainty around Nate Hobbs. Grab your gear, Nation, and let's break down how the Raiders are setting up for a turnaround. What's the vibe in the comments? Hype for this new direction or worried about our secondary? Drop your thoughts, and let's kick this off with the big picture. The offseason's been a whirlwind for the Las Vegas Raiders, with Carroll and Spytek hitting the ground running. They've moved on from players tied to the old regime, clearing space for fresh talent. This is a franchise ready to rewrite its story. The new front office didn't just sit back. They went bargain hunting, signing cheaper defensive pieces to stretch the cap. These low-cost additions could be steals, especially for a defense that ranked 23rd in points allowed last year. Nation, are you feeling this roster reset? Hit the comments and tell me if you're hyped for the new-look Raiders. Let's talk draft. The 2025 draft was a home run for the Raiders, with Carroll and Spytek landing a class that's got fans buzzing. Headlined by Boise State's Ashton Janney, a generational running back. This group is built to compete now and later. The rookies are already diving into the playbook. Janney's 2,601 rushing yards in 2024 make him a cornerstone, but the draft also added depth everywhere. These young guns are learning fast, and Carroll's coaching staff is molding them into NFL starters. What's your favorite draft pick, Nation? Drop it in the comments, and let's see how these rookies fit into the big plan. While the draft brought offensive firepower, the Raiders' defense is where questions linger. The secondary, in particular, has a glaring hole at nickel cornerback. If Nate Hobbs isn't locked in for 2025, that spot's up for grabs. Hobbs has been a rock for years, with 74 tackles and a pick in 2024. But with his contract situation unclear, the Raiders need a plan. Our pass defense ranked 27th last year, so this role is critical. Nation, is the nickel spot a crisis or an opportunity? Hit the comments, and let's dive into the current options. Right now, veteran Darnay Holmes is the frontrunner to take over at nickel. Holmes played some snaps there last season, showing he can handle the slot. With 12 starts in 70 career games, he's got experience to lean on. But ESPN's Ryan McFadden isn't sold, pointing out Holmes only started once for the Raiders in 2024. The nickel role demands quickness and instincts, and Holmes is still proving he's the guy. What's your take, Nation? Is Holmes ready to lock down the nickel? Drop your thoughts below, and let's look at the rookie in the mix. The Raiders' third-round pick, Iowa State's Darian Porter, is another option, but he's a wild card. Porter's a lockdown corner who didn't allow a touchdown in 2024, but he's mostly played outside. Asking him to slide inside could be a stretch. Porter's size and 4.4 speed make him intriguing, but he only started one college season. The Raiders' secondary needs playmakers, and Porter's raw talent could shine with coaching. Nation, can Porter make the jump to nickel? Let me know in the comments, and let's talk about fixing this hole. ESPN's Ryan McFadden says the Raiders might need to hit free agency to solve the nickel problem. One name floating around is Mike Hilton, a veteran slot corner who started 23 games for Cincinnati since 2023. Hilton's a proven playmaker with 11 career picks. Hilton's experience could stabilize a secondary that allowed 6.8 yards per pass attempt last year. If the Raiders sign him, it's a signal they're all in on competing in 2025. What do you think, Nation? Should we chase Hilton or roll with Holmes and Porter? Drop your vote below and let's talk defense. The good news? Defensive coordinator Patrick Graham is a wizard at getting players ready. Whether a vet like Holmes or a rookie like Porter, Graham's schemes set guys up to succeed. He turned our defense into a top 10 unit in takeaways last year. Graham's ability to adjust is huge, especially with secondary in flux. His 3 to 4 looks and zone coverages could mask any nickel weaknesses, letting our front seven feast. Nation, how much faith do you have in Graham's magic? Hit the comments, and let's see how the draft helps the defense. The draft wasn't just about offense. Guys like Porter and 7th rounder Corey Black add secondary depth. Black's 4.4 speed and feisty playstyle make him a special teams ace who could grow into a nickel role. These picks show Spytek's long-term vision. Our defense needs youth after ranking 26th in yards allowed last year. Porter and Black are raw but coachable, and Graham's staff will push them to compete right away. Who's your breakout defensive rookie, Nation? Porter, Black, or someone else? Drop in the comments and let's talk bargains. Carroll and Spytek's offseason moves leaned heavily on value. Instead of splashing cash, they signed affordable defenders to fill gaps. These budget deals could pay off big, like when we snagged Robert Spillane on a cheap contract in 2023. The Raiders' cap space is tight after locking in stars like Max Crosby. Finding gems like Holmes or potential free agents like Hilton shows Spytek knows how to stretch a dollar. Nation, are you loving these bargain signings? Let me know below, and let's see how the offense ties in. The draft offensive haul, led by Janney, sets up the defense to shine. A strong run game. Janney averaged 8.3 yards per carry in college. Keeps our defense off the field. New receivers like Jack Beck and Donnie Thornton Jr. add balance. Last year, we ranked 28th in time possession. A ball control offense means Graham's defense stays fresh, ready to swarm guys like Patrick Mahomes. This roster is built for synergy. What's your take on this offense-defense balance? Hit the comments, and let's talk about the new direction. The Raiders' new direction under Carroll and Spytek is all about culture. The draft class, from Janney to late-round flyers like Tommy Mellott, brings hunger. These rookies are buying to Carroll's always compete mantra. Our 6-11 record last year showed we need a spark. The mix of veterans like Holmes and young blood like Porter could flip the script, especially if the nickel spot gets solved. Nation, are we turning the corner in 2025? Drop your prediction below, and let's look at the challenges. The nickel question isn't the only hurdle. The AFC West is a gauntlet. Mahomes, Herbert, and now Sean Payton's Broncos are no joke. Our secondary needs to gel fast to keep up. If Holmes or Porter steps up, or if we snag a vet like Hilton, we're in business. But a weak nickel could mean another year of 23.4 points allowed per game. Graham's got his work cut out. What's the biggest threat in our division, Nation? Hit the comments, and let's talk about the payoff. The payoff could be huge if this offseason clicks. A top 15 offense led by Janney and a defense that climbs into the top 10 could mean 9-8 or better. The Raiders haven't made the playoffs since 2021, but this feels different. Carroll's Super Bowl pedigree and Spytek's draft savvy give us hope. If the nickel spot holds up, we're sneaking into the wild card. I'm dreaming of Allegiant Stadium rocking in January. Nation, are we a playoff team in 2025? Drop your bold take in the comments. And let's wrap this up. Raider Nation, the 2025 offseason is a silver and black revolution. From Janney's star power to the nickel corner battle, the Las Vegas Raiders are building a squad to fear. Let's keep the faith and charge into the season like true pirates. If this breakdown got you hyped, smash that like button, comment with your nickel pick, and subscribe for more Raiders news. Share this with the nation and let's grow. Until next time, keep it silver and black, and let's show the NFL who runs the West. Just win, baby.